what are some ways that people can maximize their day?
So I think number one overlying thing for me that applies to me and a lot of people that I come in contact with is first you have to eliminate the guilt through your day associated with not completing all of your goals in that day.
That's good.
Right? It's kind of counterintuitive. Like, yeah, you need to put pressure on yourself, but you also can't be too hard on yourself when you don't, because here's the reality is you're never going to complete everything that you've got on your list or your calendar or whatever. You never will, because there will always be something else. So eliminate that guilt so that at the end of the night, you can lay your head down and you can sleep so that you're ready for the next day. So number one is disassociate guilt with not completing the tasks that you're supposed to. With that being said, right, you've got to have a plan.
Yeah.
And we had Nir Ayal on, and he wrote the book. If you haven't read it, Indistractable, it's incredible. It really changed the way that I function throughout my day. One of the things, and I'm a list guy. I'm a guy that, okay, boom, I'm writing out a list, and most of the time, the list is items that I know that I can accomplish, so I can get that coveted check mark, right?
Feel
it's like, oh yeah, I got it done. The problem with it is that list, you just go through it. And like I said earlier, you're never going to get through it. You'll never get all of those done, because guess what? It's 2:00. You get through the list. I'm going to add 4 or 5 more things.
Right.
You're always going to be adding to it.
Side question here. Why is it not acceptable? There's probably not a single answer to this, but why don't you think it's acceptable that if you started your day at 7:30, let's just say you started your day at 7:30, and you had a list of things that you want to accomplish, and let's say you did get done at 2:30, have you ever given yourself permission to say, I'm done? I'm done for the day. I'm going to go home and enjoy the rest of my day with my kids. Have you ever done that?
No, I've done the opposite though, where my day just gets so bad. It's like that joke, right? Oh my gosh, I have so much to do today. I don't even know where to start. So I'm going to start by taking a nap.
Right.
You know, it's kind of the same.
Yeah, just overwhelming.
So when I was out of football and I was selling insurance, I remember like I had so much to do and I was overwhelmed, and I'm like, screw it, it's 3:00. I'm going to go see a movie. Like I've done that.
I'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever. I've done that. But no, I don't think that I've ever just said, you know what? It's 2:30. I really don't have anything to do. I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
Or anything urgent to do, because there's always something to do. I think to say that like you don't have something to do.
No, there is.
But there's nothing urgent that like I have to get it done like before close of business today. I don't know why.
Yeah. I think it goes back to what we were saying earlier, the ego.
Yeah.
And just as a culture.
Yeah.
We push the you got to be working from sun up to sundown. You always got to be chasing things. So it would be, and you would be an outlier for sure if you did that.
Yeah.
Now, I would argue that, on your random Tuesday, if you sprinkle that in every now and then, and again, I've never done this, so maybe I could be completely wrong, but I would think that if on a random Tuesday in July, I decided, hey, at 2:30, I'm just going to pack it up and I'm going to go, I wonder the health benefits that would come from shutting it down at 2:30 and having the rest of my day for myself and for my kids and for my wife.
Think about the reaction from your family. You get home, and if you've got kids, you walk in the door like, oh my gosh, Dad's
bonus
here,
time.
Dad's here before dinner time. Like
Right.
this is crazy, right? And I agree. And I know that the happiest. This is really bad. Maybe makes me sound like a really bad husband. But like, if I'm home before 5:00, like Tiffany's, I don't know if I've ever seen her happy. Like she's pretty simple, right?
If I had 4 kids, I'd be happy to see you too.
But it's like the biggest deal, and I'm like somewhat offended because I'm like, wow, like you don't even expect this of me, like to be home. But I agree. I mean, the health benefits, which is like get to experience UV rays, vitamin D, get to experience, you get to experience daytime.
Right.
And, in this world, I think it's looked down upon because it's like, well, then you can make more calls or you can do this or you can do that.
Like you said, there's always something you can be doing.
Yeah. But taking that time, like we mentioned earlier, like, okay, hey, at 2:30, I really don't have anything to do. It's a short drive to Durant, Oklahoma, up to Choctaw Resort and Casino. Hey, go play a couple hands, grab yourself a nice dinner, and you're home by 8.
Yeah.
Like it's a really easy, easy recovery.
Clear, we're promoting this randomly. Don't go to your boss and say, hey, the guys on Darren Wichita said I could leave at 2:30.
No,
that's not what we're saying. But I really do think that every now and then it has to be good for you. I can't see a downside unless if you're like me, because I can just foresee this at 2:30. Now I'm sitting here stressed for the next 3 hours while other people are still working, thinking, am I going to get in trouble? Am I going to get caught? So if you're truly disconnected at 2:30, I got to think there's got to be health benefits.
If there's an opportunity, I would highly encourage someone to take advantage of it.
Anyway, maximizing your day. That's
it's right. So the other thing too, and I'm going to refer back to Nir Eyal and using time blocking. Mm-hmm. Instead of the list that I mentioned, is using your calendar, and you associate a time, a realistic, let me be very clear, realistic time that you think that it's going to take to complete that task. So let's just say, hey, I've got to read a proposal. Okay, it's probably going to take me about 45 minutes to do this. Realistically, 45 minutes. Okay, I'm going to block 45 minutes. And you go through that, because what it does is it lays out the tasks. Because when we look at just a list of things, okay, that one's easy, I'm going to do that. That one's easy, I'm going to do that. That one's easy, I'm going to do this. And then you leave these really tough ones and it's 4:00 and the really big tasks aren't done yet. Mm-hmm. And that's when it rolls into, okay, now I got to work at night. And that's when I become exhausted. That's when I resent my job. I resent my boss. I resent the people that I'm working with, because now I've put it off and now I go home and that's the big things are left. So as opposed to doing it that way, and I get it. In theory, this sounds amazing, but until you apply it and really stay consistent with it, you will feel the benefits. I promise. It changed me. I mean, things like answer emails, take a lunch break, read your Bible, exercise, whatever it is, build your day. You do it on Sunday, you build your day, and then you adjust it as needed, right? Like it's not in stone. You've got to be able to adjust it because things change. Yeah. But working off of that, again, with the guilt-freeness of knowing that things come up, knowing that you've got to be fluid and you've got to change direction on a moment's notice, because that's just life today. Right. But if you can have that kind of as your foundation and reset your day, and first thing you do is you literally on your calendar, set an alarm. Okay, hey, 7 a.m., I'm planning out my day. Any gaps that I have that I've got to fill, okay, hey, I'm making sure that that's adjusted. Yeah. It's a really, really simple, and everybody lives by their calendar now anyways. Mm-hmm. So just build your day on it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love that. And I wrote down 4 things. They're a little more abstract. They're not as concrete as that, which I love that you just said. First thing I wrote down is learning to be present each day. And that's a cliche. I get it. It's been said a billion times, but it really is true. I do feel the days where I truly have maximized my day are the days that I'm just, all that matters is this day. Yeah. I'm not looking too far ahead. I'm not looking behind.
It's called Adderall.
It's called Adderall. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, again, I said this earlier. I understand there's health benefits to looking forward and looking back. That's part of survival. But the days that I truly maximize are the days that I can really look at the day and just be present.
Yes.
Focused on whatever it is I'm doing that day. Second thing I wrote down is try new things. And again, we went through our schedules earlier. When do I have time for new things? I don't know. Mm-hmm. But this can alter our perception by keeping our brain active. It's like what we were talking about earlier. Continually learning new skills, continually new hobbies, new ideas, exploring new places. To me, a day fulfilled is a day where I do something out of the ordinary. Yeah. Now, if I did that every day, I guess it wouldn't be out of the ordinary. But the point is, try new things. Third thing I wrote down is understand you won't be perfect. This goes into what you're saying. And it's okay to have downtime. If you're a driven person, it's easy to think you aren't making progress if you aren't spending every second working on your goals. The quote-unquote tough guy, girl mentality can create more harm than good and potentially the burnout. Yeah. That's, honestly, at 33, I'm experiencing some burnout, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah. I've been going so hard for so long thinking that this was going to be good for me that I am starting to feel effects of maybe you have not rested enough. Maybe there's more, time that you could take off and it's going to be okay.
Time for yourself.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So that's what I'm starting to figure out is you're young and you're invincible, you think you can just go forever. Yeah. And I guess I'm not super young anymore. And then the last thing I wrote down, and it always leads back to this, man. We talked about this 100 times with every guest. They credit their success to this. It feels like every conversation leads back to this. Mm-hmm. And I wrote down, get outside yourself and serve others. The more we spend our time wrapped up and focused on ourselves, the more we lose perspective on the world around us. Yep. So if I truly want to maximize my day, I've got to find a way to serve people.